Bucks County Estate Traders is giving you early access to their huge President's Day savings event. Save 15% off everything in the store, with many items up to 25% off. Discover their massive 16,000-piece showroom in Hatfield, filled with beautiful, high-quality furniture. Furnish every room in your house in one trip. QR codes on every piece provide all the info at your fingertips, and their industry-leading staff will help you find exactly what you need. Visit BucksCountyEstateTraders.com or their showroom today. Hurry in and tell them you heard it here.
KYW News Radio and Deborah Heart and Lung Center team up to discuss arrhythmia diagnosis, treatment, and management. Here's Robert K.
Arrhythmias that occur in the top part of the heart can be merely distracting or quite serious, such as atrial fibrillation in the atria, which carries a risk for stroke. The cardiac electrophysiologist Dr. Raphael most concerning rhythm disorder occurs in the ventricle.
A lot of us have arrhythmias. The most significant one is ventricular fibrillation, cause of sudden cardiac death, which is the #1 cause of death in this country. It almost outweighs all cancers combined. Unfortunately, that could be the first presentation of heart disease, is sudden death. The small percentage of patients who show up with their first heart attack have sudden death, an arrhythmia problem, and that's devastating.
Learn more at DeborahHealthReport.com.
New Jersey's only heart, lung, and vascular specialty hospital, Deborah Heart and Lung Center. When it's your heart, demand Deborah.
NECA and IBEW 126 outside electrical contractors employ the best trained electrical line workers in the country, providing reliable responsiveness in emergency conditions. Whether the job involves high voltage electrical systems, solar, wind, traffic signals, street lighting, new construction, or maintenance, NECA and IBEW 126 outside electrical contractors can save you money while delivering excellence. Working to a higher standard for professionalism and productivity is part of the package with NECA and IBEW 126.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for university housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about ventricular fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms. Other symptoms, regular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, even kind of low. But the rest of the stroke, hey, you have to
The latest in President Trump's plan to slash the federal workforce. We'll have more on that straight ahead. But first, looking at traffic and weather on the 2, sponsored by Wawa. We take you back over to the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center. Hey there, Justin.
All right, Denise, tied up a little bit trying to leave Center City on the Visor to Expressway eastbound, head north on 95. There's a foot of construction crew, just can't see them. They're likely just past the ramp from Vine Street Expressway heading north on 95. That's causing that back up a little bit. And then you have 76, a little busy westbound University to south. The rest of the Schuylkill pretty quiet. Boulevard, no major complaints. Pennsylvania Turnpike looks nice. And then 476, a little bit of a jam up northbound right around Rich Pike as we work through in the left lane. 422, both directions between Route 724 and Sanatoga. Some construction blocking a lane each direction. Bridges, major backups right now, and then New Jersey, pretty quiet all around. There's some work in Maple Shade on Route 73 in the southbound direction near Stiles Avenue. And it looked pretty heavy earlier, but now that delays kind of backed off, but watch out for a lane block. So that construction through 295, 42 freeway. But for now, they were doing some traffic cases on 42 North, approaching 295 once again, moving some equipment around. There's a gas main break on Black Horse Pike, right around the 295 ramp. Also a little bit of delay in both directions, lane block. Get Wawa reports, keep the seal of the year before it's on. Keep bonus offers for $1. Sponsored by Independence Blue Cross with AccuWeather meteorologist Jill Lundberg.
advisory from 11 tonight until 10 a.m. tomorrow. The rest of the day will see plenty of clouds with a high of 37. It'll be cloudy tonight. Look for some snow, sleet, and freezing rain to break out later this evening before midnight. That snow and sleet can accumulate a coating of an inch or so around the area and make things very slippery later tonight, low 30. Mixed precipitation will change to rain early tomorrow, but roads will still be slippery through the morning commute. It'll remain cloudy tomorrow afternoon with any rain ending. It'll turn milder with a high toward evening, 43. Friday, a windy, chilly day, but with some sunshine and a high of 44. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
And right now we got a cloudy sky in Center City, currently at 31 degrees as we head up to a high of 37.
Before Queen and Kevin Sullivan went pro with the Philadelphia Union, they had a whole community behind them. Coaches, trainers, family, and hometown health insurance from Independence Blue Cross. Learn more at IBX.com.
And now for a check on the markets, the Dow Jones up by 35 points, the Nasdaq in the red by 96, and the S&P losing 9 1/4.
Your neighborhoods, your news on 103.9 FM.
Sponsored by Kitchen Magic, 3 things to know at 10:45. It's all about getting across that finish line for the Super Bowl 59. Philly's favorite trash man speaking to his efforts to rid neighborhoods of trash and cut down on clutter in the community. And keeping you on track with our top story, the Roosevelt Mall in the Northeast reopens first thing this afternoon following the deadly medical plane crash that happened. A community meeting is happening tonight that will provide resources for residents impacted by the crash. That's all ahead in the next 15. Good morning, I'm Denise Nakano. Winston Harris is at the editor's desk along with Elizabeth Crawley.
The Eagles are heading to New Orleans. Full coverage on KYW News Radio.
And here's Dave Uram with more.
4 days to go until we find out if Jalen Hurts and the Eagles fulfill their goal that fell just short a couple of years ago.
We have to find a way to finish. Coming to these opportunities, everything is about finishing.
Hurts goes against Kansas City's defense, but his quarterback counterpart is Patrick Mahomes, who rarely loses and hasn't lost in a while when it's a one-score game.
The best thing we do is just we compete to the very end. It doesn't matter how the game looks from the beginning to the end. We're just going to find a way to get the win, and that's why one possession or about 2 possessions, whatever it is, we're just going to find a way.
Hurts is trying to lead the Eagles to finding a way on Sunday.
The flame has been ignited even more in terms of the desire of wanting to win and working to win.
Meantime, Joel Embiid will not play tonight's Sixers home game against the Heat at 7:30. He returned to the lineup in last night's 118-116 win over the Mavericks, his first game in a month after knee and foot issues. Embiid said it's been extremely difficult.
My goal is to be available and play every game. Whatever God decides, from that point on, I can't control it.
Joel added,
I'm here now, so hopefully that lasts.
Dave Uran, KYW News Radio 103.9 FM.
In honor of Black History Month, KYW News Radio highlights our 2025 Game Changers, making a difference in communities of color. Sponsored by Hatfield. Find your flavor with Hatfield.
I'm KYW Community Impact Reporter Raquel Williams. They say one man's trash is another man's treasure, and for Philly's own Terrell Hagler, a.k.a. your fave trash man, ridding the city's neighborhoods of trash and illegal dumping is a treasure indeed. He says clean streets means less crime.
Clutter creates chaos, which creates anxiety. And in anxiety, you make bad choices because you're not thinking straight.
A former sanitation worker, Hagler has been a clean streets advocate since 2020. One of his dreams was to get his own trash truck. He applied for a Keystone Communities grant and was excited to receive word last September.
Money's still here if you want it. Do you want it? And my response was, is the elephant heavy? Yes, I want it. So I received the grant, which allowed me to buy 2 trash trucks.
His litter task force employs formerly incarcerated individuals to help haul trash around town.
When we see something, we pick it up. So there were some mattresses and frozen drywall just sitting on 11th and Cumberland. We pulled up, took it.
Hagler says living with dumped trash and litter should not be normalized in the city, and he responds quickly when he gets a call.
I think, like, if my grandmother walks down this block and slips on a piece of trash, I would be devastated.
And he says if he gets enough sponsor support, the goal is to pick up 500 tons of trash this year.
Philly deserves it. Philly deserves to be clean.
Terrell Hagler, changing the game by cleaning Philly streets one neighborhood at a time.
To learn more about all our Game Changers honorees, go to KYWNewsRadio.com/Game Changers.
Well, the Trump administration is pulling almost all workers at the U.S. Agency for International Development off the job and out of the field worldwide. Now, the order order takes effect just before midnight Friday and gives overseas workers 30 days to return home unless they are deemed essential workers. Now, this is part of President Trump's effort to slash the federal workforce. His offer of buyouts to government workers is now facing a legal challenge, as we hear from correspondent Peter Haralambous.
Three unions representing a combined 800,000 federal civil servants are suing the Trump administration over its plan to offer buyouts to federal employees, arguing the government cannot guarantee the plan will be funded while threatening employees to take the offer by warning of impending layoffs. The lawsuit comes as at least 20,000 federal workers, roughly 1% of the civilian federal workforce, have accepted the deferred resignation offer.
President Trump now extending the same buyout offer to the entire workforce as the CIA. We got some slowdowns 95 northbound heading out of Center City. We'll get your traffic outlook next.
At KYW News Radio, we're thankful for you for depending on us for your traffic, weather, and local news for 60 years. If there's someone in your life who deserves recognition, spread the good vibes and tell us how they're helping by leaving us a voice message on the Odyssey app. Search for KYW News Radio and tap the microphone to send a voice message. From all of us at KYW News Radio, thank you for choosing us for 60 years. Presented by Temple Health.
If this cold winter weather hasn't convinced you to replace your drafty, inefficient windows and doors, then maybe my good friends at Guided Door and Window can help you by extending their biggest discounts of the year through the end of February. If you haven't taken advantage of Guida's big winter sale, here's another chance to do so by getting 40% off every window and door you buy. That's 40% off each expertly installed energy-efficient replacement window, which also includes free high-performance low-E glass, and 40% off any high-quality door, including insulated entry doors, sliding patio doors, garage doors, and storm doors. And you can buy now and pay later with Guida's interest-free financing for up to 12 months. Act now. This offer is until the end of February, so don't let this final chance for big savings pass you by. If your home needs new windows and doors, call the experts at Guida today to schedule a free in-home estimate at 877-GO-GUIDA or visit them at GoGuida.com. That's go, GUIDA.com.
Hers has been rooted in Philly for nearly 8 decades, so you know they're riding with the birds. Remember to stock up for this Sunday, because a game this big needs even bigger flavors. From hers to the birds. Good luck down there. Hers, rooted in Philly.
Need to make room for new appliances? Recycle the old ones. Visit 611metals.com or call 267-221-6924. Ask for my car and receive excellent customer service and fair pricing. 611metals.com.
It's 10:52. A local choral group wins another Grammy. I'm Sharday Howard. That's right after a check of traffic and weather on the 2, sponsored by the Piazza Auto Group. As we get you back over to the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center. Hey there, Justin.
All right, Denise. A little bit of tie-up on 95 north of around Girard Avenue. That's a slow-moving crew. They're blocking a lane heading north. Not a big deal, but just beware of the slowdown. Schuylkill Expressway seeing a surge in the volume westbound from University to south. Then you have that work crew out on 476. Brief delay northbound right around Ridge Pike, left lanes blocked. Pennsylvania Turnpike looks pretty good. Bucks County Route 1 southbound, brief jam up. This is just past Maple Avenue. Construction work in the right lane. Then they have the work crew on Route 100 southbound, right near the Route 30 bypass, blocking a lane. It's also impacting the ramp coming from the bypass east, making the exit for 100. Ramp's backed up a little bit. 422, both directions between Route 724 and Route 100 do have a construction crew again, just like yesterday. New Jersey, pretty quiet. 295, 42, 55, no major trouble. Do have the work in Maple Shade, Route 73 in the southbound direction. And this is near Stiles Avenue. And then you do have that gas main break on 168 northbound near the 295 ramps, blocking the right lane. A little bit of a backup. Delaware, no major issues around Wilmington. Mass transit is looking okay. Get special 0% financing for up to 72 months on the new 2024 Volkswagen Tiguan or ID4 electric SUV. Visit Piazza Volkswagen of Langhorne or Piazza Volkswagen of Ardmore at its new location, 205 East Lancaster Avenue. Next update, less than 10 minutes. I'm Justin Dropping.
Thank you, Justin. And now for the AccuWeather forecast. We got plenty of clouds and some of those flurries moving in this afternoon as we head up to a high of 37 degrees with those flurries continuing tonight. And that's going to be followed late by snow, sleet, and freezing rain. And we do have the winter weather advisory that kicks into effect at 11 o'clock, lasts until tomorrow morning. And then tomorrow the road's expected to be slick for that morning commute. It's going to be rainy as we head up to a high of 43 degrees. Right now, we're 29 in Warminster, 31 in Tacony, and 34 degrees in Atlantic City. Well, the Chestnut Hill-based choral group, The Crossing, is celebrating their fourth big win at the Grammys. More on this from KYW Sheridan Howard, who dropped in on a rehearsal.
We all kind of went nuts. It was really, really fun. So I was convinced, of course, that we wouldn't win because, we've had our share.
Al Nally, conductor of The Crossing, managed to stay humble after 9 consecutive years of Grammy Award nominations and 4 big wins. This time for Best Choral Performance for their album Ochre, featuring the music of Ayanna Woods, George Lewis, and Caroline Shaw. Nally explains this was all a happy accident of sorts.
So we started a little over 20 years ago, but we weren't serious at the beginning. We were just fooling around.
And he says the group made a point of being impactful from the start.
Winning was just a total shock. And then winning again the next year with a really, in-your-face, political piece was just amazing, And then we kind of got on a roll.
Marin Montalbano, an alto in the group.
One of the things that I really feel is very important, especially in this time, is representation. There are 2 black composers and 2 women composers. It's so wonderful.
Sheridan Howard, KYW News Radio 103.9 FM. Money News Now on KYW with Bloomberg's Andrew O'Day.
Merger talks between auto giants Honda and Nissan are falling apart, and according to one report, have fallen apart. Tokyo Nikkei says Nissan is suspending its plan to combine with Honda, which in practical terms would be more of a $60 billion takeover by Honda than anything resembling a merger of equals. Blame the wildfires in the west and the snowstorms in the east. That's the gist of Uber's explanation as to why the number of rides booked with its service so far this year is so weak. The company also says international bookings are weakening amid currency challenges, making rides pricier overseas. It's happening as Uber's legal, regulatory, and insurance costs all rise. The stock is down 8%. On Wall Street, tech stocks are dropping after underwhelming earnings from Google owner Alphabet and chipmaker Advanced Micro Devices, renewing concern about when the billions of dollars spent by tech companies on AI will finally start to pay off. Now, right now, is little change. NASDAQ losing 0.5%, S&P down 0.25%. With Money News from Bloomberg on KYW, I'm Andrew O'Day.
Well, the sign of community recovery after the deadly plane crash in the Northeast. That's coming up next on KYW News Radio.
WPHI-FM Jenkintown, KYW and WIB-FM HD2 Philadelphia.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. For more expert appliance shopping advice, here's National Appliance Warehouse's own appliance guru.
More appliances are sold in February than any other month, which is why you'll be bombarded by President's Day sale ads. Brands offer deep discounts to take advantage of this busy time. National Appliance Warehouse is driven to offer the lowest prices year-round, especially during the appliance industry's biggest sale. They'll leverage their massive buying power to guarantee the lowest prices for their customers and use